What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today I'm cold. No, today I'm going to talk to you about my top 5 brackets-ish gifts for the holiday season. It is still very early November as I record this. I'm going to try and do a turnaround time pretty quickly for you guys with this video, because it is coming into the holiday season, and with most people, myself included, are going to be ordering most of my gifts online. In fact, even though it's almost the beginning of November, I'm almost done my Christmas shopping. Thank you. I want to get this out early so that you guys will have time to think about what you want, do a little bit of research, and then order it with plenty of time to be shipped to your house without any stress that it's going to get caught in the mail. Typically, the mail during the holidays, takes an extended period of time anyways, which every year seems to get worse and worse. But this year I am expecting it to be absurd, because not only sorry, Parker's distracting me. Not only is the holidays gonna add added stress, but of course the pandemic will slow it down as well. So lots and lots of reason for you to start early. So I wrote down a couple ideas in my notebook here. This is from Galen Leather. Spoiler, there will be a review on this as well. But I wrote down 5, 2 for beginner, 1 for intermediate, 1 intermediate advanced, and then 1 advanced idea. I'm not pricing anything for you, but you will understand the way that I kind of broke it down. The reason why I'm not pricing it is because every retailer has their own kind of price point. Some are a little less, some are a little bit more. I don't want to factor in shipping, all that kind of stuff. It's just to give you some general ideas that you can kind of jump off of. So 2 minutes later, the very first one I have is for a beginner. So somebody who has never used fountain pens before, maybe has seen you use it, kind of express some interest, but not knowing what the world is all about. So I wrote a beginner fountain pen and a paper assortment. So most retailers have some sort of paper bundle or paper sample bundle, usually with at least 5 different kinds. We all know, notebooks come in like smaller sizes. This is the B6 size, but there are some that are even smaller than that, where you can try a wide variety of paper. So you could try like Apica, Rodeo, Rhodia, Clairefontaine, like potentially even Tomoe River, just a bunch of different kinds of paper, so that this person can understand how important paper is to fountain pens. Because that is something that I did not know when I first got into fountain pens. As most of you are aware, I stumbled into the fountain pen hobby. So starting off with something like that, I think is gonna be really good. And then with that paper bundle, you can then get them their first starter pen. Now that is always a controversial sort of spot, but I have a couple that come to my mind. I would recommend the Platinum Preppy if you want something on the cheaper, and they're all on the cheaper ends, but you could obviously do the Lamy Safari, Pilot Metropolitan, Kaweco Sport, even the Diplomat, oh shoot, I forget what the name is now. That's the one I didn't write down, but it just popped into my head because I remember how much I loved it. I'll put it down here. They're all entry-level pens. They're all relatively less expensive. Some obviously a little bit more than others, but they're all less expensive entry pens that are going to be great to introduce somebody. And then obviously, depending on your budget, you could get 1, 2, or more. And then if they literally haven't done anything, then grab them maybe some ink samples along the way. Or to be honest, if you're getting somebody else into fountain pens, you probably have a boat ton of ink as well. So if you've got some lying, like just ink sample vials lying around, use those. If not, you can actually purchase empty ink vials for like $1 or something, and then just create your own ink samples out of the bottles that you have. That will keep your cost down, and you might as well, like, if you got all this ink lying around, I mean, if you're like me, you could probably give somebody like 30 samples. So that is definitely something to keep in mind. So the second one that I have for a beginner as well, this is somebody who has been in the hobby a little bit. So, you know, they've maybe tried a pilot safari, they've had a little bit of time, but they're still new. So, you know, they maybe have one pen, one paper, like one ink or something like that, and you want to kind of encourage them to expand. That is something that you could tie in from the first suggestion. You could continue to get them that paper sample so that they expand their knowledge base off of that. You could continue to get them ink samples, again, so that they can expand their knowledge off of that, and potentially a second or third pen. If they have, let's say, like a platinum preppy already, then maybe get them, and if they really like it, like if they really love it, you can keep in the platinum family, but maybe just get them that next one. So instead of a platinum preppy, maybe a platinum plaisir, or however you want to pronounce that. Just sort of like encourage them to take a little bit of a step forward. Parker is freaking out. So that you can continue to develop their interest. And then totally free, totally random, but maybe encourage them to watch other people on YouTube. Don't necessarily encourage them to watch me, I'm not promoting myself here, but the more like people they get used to watching, the more ideas they will be able to develop and explore. So step 2, or gift idea 2, just kind of takes what is number 1, like my first recommendation, and just elevating it slightly to just continue to encourage them. And then if you wanted to, even depending on your state, depending on the state of the world, if you do get something like that, also take them to a pen shop if you can. Talk them through your sort of mental state when you're looking at pens or ink or paper or whatever. But obviously only do so if it is safe, and wear a mask. So the third one is sort of for the intermediate person. So this is somebody who's been in there for a while. They've got a few pens, they've got a few papers, they got ink, they kind of have an idea of what they like, they're into it. They're in the fountain pen world. This is sort of bridging them into the next step. So maybe their first gold nib pen. So I have a couple different ones here. So like Lamy 2000, Pilot Vanishing Point, Platinum 3776. Obviously this is going to depend on their style of pens. So they've been in the hobby long enough, they know what they like as far as like more entry level-ish pens go. So do they prefer Pilot Metropolitans over the Lamy Safari? Do they prefer, the Platinum Preppy over the Pilot Metropolitan? Like, get an idea for what pens they like. Do they like really, really, really fine nibs? Do they like really, really broad nibs? Hopefully the person you're buying for, a little bit. So you can kind of gauge that. A Lamy 2000 is vastly, vastly, vastly different than a Platinum Century 3776. Both gold nibs, both decently priced. Even with the Pilot Vanishing Point is sort of in between those two. Again, depends on your budget, obviously. Maybe go in with somebody if this is the sort of method you're going to go down, but understand sort of where they're at, and then get them their maybe first gold nib pen. That would be a really, really cool idea. Between the three, obviously, my first gold nib pen was the 3776. But I mean, given the three that I just mentioned, just, for funsies, I think I would prefer the Lamy 2000 now. But I do still have that sentimental value of the 3776 because it was my first, you never forget your first. And then number 4 is sort of the bridging the gap between intermediate and advanced. So this is actually taking it to the next level. You can see my notes here. I have a wax seal kit, wax candle, seal handle, and potentially even correspondence paper. So if somebody's in the hobby, they're in like Flynn, they've got their gold nibs, they've got their steel nibs, they got their favorite paper, they got their favorite inks, they pretty much have their favorite pens by now. What else could you do? They have everything that they need. Well, introduce them to wax seals. If they've maybe dabbled before, great. If they haven't, this could be a good way to set them up. Couple of retailers I know will offer wax seal samples. So you could buy individual sticks of different colors. You could get them the like the handle and the actual seal itself with maybe their initial, or if they love cats, you could get them one with a cat on it. Who knows? But get them something like that. You could get them a tea light so that they can hold the spoon, or they can rotate the wax over the flame. And then if you get them a correspondence kit, then they can actually write with the correspondence kit and then seal it with the new wax seal kit. Sort of something to take the hobby into the next level, something else they can kind of dive in, get their hands wet, and see what they really like. So I thought that would be a cute idea. If somebody doesn't like wax seals, then my other suggestion for the intermediate / advanced thing would be to get them a really nice pen case. So by now they probably have some sort of pen case, but probably not like anything too crazy to whatever. You could get them one that is a little bit nicer. So maybe made of leather, you could do like a pen wrap. Again, at this point, you're probably gonna know who this person is. You're probably gonna know whether they would prefer like a wrap or like a case, that kind of a thing, but get them a nice one that they can kind of take around and be proud to show. So that's kind of the intermediate / advanced. And then my 5th one, this one is for somebody who has no budget and or is gonna go in on this gift with a lot of people. And that is for the truly advanced, the one and only, maybe your significant other, your parent, your best friend, someone who you're willing to go crazy over. And that is, get their Grail pen. If you're willing to spend this kind of money on them, you know them very well. And at this point, you're gonna know what their Grail pen is, whether that's the Mont Blanc 149, Pelikan M1000, Visconti Homo sapiens, there's so many. Now, not everyone has, a multi-$1,000 pen as their Grail pen, but you know who they are, you know what they want. So get them that. Like I said, if you've got lots of people, you can go in on it together so that it's not totally saddled to you. But yeah, like what a crazy idea that would be. I would be surprised if anyone I knew were to get me my Grail pen. And to be honest, I don't even know necessarily what my Grail pen would be anymore. It does seem to change a little bit here and there, but regardless, that would be pretty cool. So these are just kind of quick little ideas that I can think of. Obviously, there are loads more. So put in the comment section down below some gift ideas that you are thinking about so that others can read those comments and potentially even use that instead of any of the 5 that I've mentioned, because the beautiful thing about the fountain pen world is that there are so many choices. It's also slightly the frustrating thing about fountain pen world, but mostly it's beautiful. So leave in the comment section down below what you would like, what you're getting, what maybe some fountain pen ideas are for you. And happy holidays, guys. It's a little early still, like I said, as far as I'm filming this now. For my fellow Americans, let me just say an announcement was made and I'm very happy about it today. today's the 8th of November. So thank you for that, and happy holidays. Enjoy your Thanksgivings, America. We already had ours, and yeah, happy gift giving, guys. Now that my thumbs are up, why don't you give one to the video? Hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. New videos come out every Monday and Friday, and occasional Q&A. And as always, I'll see you next time. My goodness, Parker.